marriage problems, girlfriend problems. A lot of the guys that have reached out to me and have had these issues luckily worked out pretty well. There were one or two where realistically it didn't, and it is what it is. But a lot of them have been, I always felt it was just a matter of taking them out of the situation and getting them to look at it from the outside and say, no, dude, it's you. It's you. It's the job doing it to you, but you need to reevaluate from this angle and see it the way they see it, and it'll work out.
You're killing me.
You're killing me.
Absolutely. What did we learn this week?
So we talked to Dave, who was an NYPD retired detective, and he was absolutely amazing. It's awesome to hear about his career, spending that long in NYPD, and me being from upstate New York to see a different perspective with him being downstate New York. The cool thing is like both of us are civil service, both of us are protected, we both still have a job to do. So it was cool just to see the different perspective and what they deal with. So Dave, why don't you tell everyone about yourself?
My name's David Chianese, retired NYPD detective, 16 years retired on disability. Since I've been retired, I've been doing a lot of work trying to help out other cops and push back a little bit for them, and that's about it.
What are some things that you do? You said you try to help other cops. What are some things that you do to help these other police officers that are out there?
Whatever is needed. I've helped smaller departments out west with getting contracts. I've helped some small town departments get body armor, or even in one case, secure a canine they needed. Sometimes it's providing witness testimony at a court case, news correspondence, whatever it may be.
Now, have you ever had an opportunity where police officers reach out to you, maybe they had something rough happen in their life and they kind of needed some advice, that you were able to talk to them, through it?
I've had it a couple of times, both through my Facebook page with officers I don't personally know, and then again through my cell phone with a couple of guys I worked with before, yeah.
That's awesome. So how does it feel now? You're retired, looking back over your career. How does it feel now to be that officer or that person that these guys come to ask for advice?
It feels good. I think it was very awkward at first. Actually, no, I don't think it was. It was really awkward at first. I never, figured anyone would come to me for anything like the things they've done. Oddly enough, it's not even a lot of work stuff that they come to you. At least I notice that they reach out to me about. It's usually personal stuff, but obviously ties in from the job, back in the job, something
Correct.
back on the job. But it's awesome. I like it. I like being able to help them, but it's a weird feeling. It's like being an on-call therapist to a degree. Luckily, it's never been too bad. I've had a couple of people, unfortunately, I wish would have reached out to me. But, I guess that's a topic for another day. But yeah, it's been fantastic. It really has.
That's great. It's funny that you mentioned no matter what they come to you, like mostly for personal things, but we all know as being a police officer, your job is literally just intertwined 24/7 with being a police officer. And so those are some of the things, problems that happen in our personal life sometimes stem from being a police officer, working those long hours, the beat partners that you have, the supervisors that you have.
Yep.
If you don't have that trust or camaraderie, and you're bringing your problems home to your family and your friends.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's probably like what, for me anyways, like even being on this job is I get a lot of people that reach out for that. What do I do? How do I balance my work life with my personal life?
Yeah, that seems to be a big issue. Marriage problems, girlfriend problems, stuff like that. Luckily, it is what it is. A lot of the guys that have reached out to me and have had these issues luckily worked out pretty well. There were one or two where realistically it didn't, and it is what it is. But a lot of them have been, I always felt it was just a matter of taking them out of the situation and getting them to look at it from the outside and say, no, dude, it's you. It's you. It's the job doing it to you, but you need to reevaluate from this angle and see it the way they see it, and it'll work out. And a couple of cups of coffee or a beer or two and a couple of hours of reminiscing, and for the most part, things are usually back on normal, on track.
That's good. Yeah. So talking about like the coffee and the beers and all that stuff and being there for each other, what are some things that you do personally to de-stress? You know, how about like when you were on the job and then now being retired? What are some things? Are they different? Are they the same?
Yeah, I think they were different. I think when I was on the job, you know, I don't think I was really getting any help, but a lot of the time it was just alone time, you know, and isolating myself, which I saw when I got off as being obviously an issue. Now, realizing this, and again, people reaching out, I like to keep myself busy with more productive things. I do woodworking, small projects such as the flags or beer bottle openers, wine racks, stuff like that I'll build. I like to work on my 4x4 and go off-roading or go camping or hiking with the family or just my son and I. So, you know, kind of keeps me busy and moving. Puts you definitely in a better state of mind.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I found too that even though I have days off, if overtime comes up, no matter what, if I'm available, I'll take it. You know, we fall victim to that. We'll cancel our plans because we're like that, you know, that overtime. What can that do for my family or my, you know, my home or whatever? Now that you're retired, you have all this spare time that you actually can do a hobby. Because like now, the only hobby that I have other than working out is spending time with my family and friends when I can, though.
Right.
But that's the first thing that you end up canceling, obviously, if
the overtime comes up.
Correct.
Yeah.
So.
And it's, I got to be honest with you, I think I had more time when I was working.
Really?
To be honest with you. I mean, again, the family takes a lot of time, and doing what I do on the side, whether it's with Kyle and the crew or my own going out on the talking circuit, trying to help guys. Geez, I don't know where it goes. I'm lucky enough to find some time volunteering now and then to coach the local neighborhood swim team.
Well, we definitely appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on here. It's a pleasure meeting you, too.
Nice meeting you, too.
Any advice for new police officers or younger police officers that you want to give that's quick?
Stop disregarding the old-timers. They're old for a reason. They're still on the job for a reason. They know what they're doing. It may seem out of the box because it's not what you're used to. Wealth of information there. Listen up. Keep your mouth shut, your ears open, and you'll be fine.
That was probably one of the best pieces of advice. I 100% agree, because I still have old timers in my area, and those are the first people I go to for anything. And boy, can they throw down too if you need it. And even me being on for 11 years, my first 5 years is so much different than my last 6.
Absolutely.
Just night and day. So absolutely, I love that piece of advice.
Thank you.
Everybody do that and be respectful. Like, damn, this place wouldn't be where it is now today without the old timers. So remember that.
Absolutely.
Can you tell the viewers where we can find you on social media?
Yeah, I have an organization, LESMA, L-E-S-M-A. You can search it on Facebook, link up to it, and through there, reach out to me. Anything you need, or somebody that I work with will reach out to you and help you out. Anything you reach out to us for is anonymous. Whatever it is, I'm always available, or someone's available to meet you for coffee and talk. Or if we have to, you know, help you out other ways, find you an attorney or whatever it may be. But we just want to bring you home safe every night.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
I just saw that interview with David. Man, he's got some good stories. I like how he de-stresses, too.
I was actually surprised that he goes off-roading being from New York City. I'm going to assume it was like his vehicle, but I think it's kind of like his bicycle.
Oh, stop.
Like his mountain
bike. It's like,
no, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
But that is one of his distressors, is he does like to go off-roading, likes to go hiking and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool to see, again, something different. That a police officer does. Especially with him being retired too, because now he's like got more time to spend with his family and all that stuff. So awesome to get different perspectives from people and what they do to distress.
Definitely.
But like I wanted to ask you that last episode, what do you do to distress?
What do I do to distress? Well, I write. I wrote a book, and I'm writing another book. So I just kind of hang out with the dogs and kids and just write.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I look forward to. We'll have to release that now and then talk about that on the show.
We're going to talk about that next time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.